Hello, high school basketball fans, and welcome to the Elida Fieldhouse, also known as Little Mecca. It's Division 6 Boys District Semifinal action, and it's Chapter 2, Bluffton versus Lima Central Catholic. I'm Dave Bowen, and my color commentator tonight, playing with the Crayolas, is Evan Skilliter. We're excited. It's an NWC Invitational. Crestview defeated Columbus Grove in our first game tonight, 42-37, and we are right back here in action with this one. You take a look at the bracket. Crestview advances to that district final, which will be right here at the Elida Fieldhouse Friday night at 7 p.m. It's going to be interesting in this one to see who joins them. Will it be the T-Birds or will it be the Pirates?
Well, really, really tough NWC this season. A conference that could have been a four-way tie, even up to the second to last week of the season. We were looking at a possible four-way tie, and these two teams were in that top portion of the NWC. And Bluffton finished fifth, which sounds like, middle. No, this was a really hard Northwest Conference slate. They played at LCC earlier this season. LCC won this game, but I'll tell you what, the Pirates looked good in that one. A couple things didn't go their way. This is a game on paper that could go either way, and I'm really looking forward to it. I don't know if we can beat the game before this and how awesome that was, but we'll see here.
If you want to see tough-minded, gritty players and teams and coaches getting after it, you're going to see that in this one. And we'll go with the same cliche. It's going to be gritty, not necessarily pretty. Let's take a look at our starting lineups. First, for the visitors on our scoreboard tonight, the Bluffton Pirates. They will start. Number 0, senior 6'1", forward Merrick Donaldson. He is the second leading scorer for Bluffton at 13.4 points per game. Bean Ginther, the 5'11" junior guard, number 1, averages 6.6. Taryn Boblet, yes, that is the son of head coach Todd Boblet. He is a 6'1" senior guard forward, averages 7.8 points per game. Number 2, Kane Wright. He is the third leading scorer for Bluffton, 6'2" junior forward, averages 12.6 points per game. And then rounding out the starting lineup for Bluffton, number 35, the 6'5" senior Blake Summers. He leads them in scoring at 14.7 points per game. You take a look at the Lima Central Catholic T-Birds. The starting lineup for head coach Sean Powell. Number 0, 6'1" junior guard Jordan Pretty. He is the all-everything for the T-Birds. Comes in averaging 20.8 points per game. Jeff Williams, number 1, the 5'4" freshman guard. Third leading scorer at 9.7 points per game. Brady Parker, 6'3" sophomore forward. Number 2, averages 7.2 points per game. Matthew Quatman, in his second start here at the tail end of the season, the 5'11" senior guard, averages 1.1 points per game. And Drew Peaster, number 11, the 6'4" junior forward, averages 5 points per game. Bluffton comes in at 16-7. They were 3-4 in the Northwest Conference. Lima Central Catholic, 15-7, 5-2 in conference action. Keys to the game tonight. Let's take a look first at Bluffton, Evan. What's it going to take for Coach Boblet's team to avenge that loss on January 17, 56-53 to the Birds here in the district semi?
I have one for you.
One.
Don't let it get pretty. All right, Jordan Pretty for LCC, a fantastic player. He can do a lot of things, and he makes it look really pretty. 20 points per game, plenty of rebounds and assists to go with it. He can score in multiple ways. He can get inside it. If Bluffton is going to slow LCC down, they have to slow Jordan Pretty down. I'm going to guess you're going to see Bluffton pick him up full court, try to stay in front of him, stay with him everywhere, just to make sure he doesn't get going. Then on the other side for LCC, they've got to steer the ship. The Pirates are the ones usually driving the ship, right? Well, today, LCC's got to make sure the tempo is theirs. They've got to push the pace. They've got to use their athleticism to outrun the Pirates, get them tired, keep them out of the game by just running all over the floor. The Pirates can play a quick pace, but definitely prefer that half-court game. And so I definitely think if LCC can take the wheel, take the ship, and steer it themselves, it'll be their game.
And that's what Pirates do as they look to come away with a victory tonight. Bluffton has won 4 in a row. Lima Central Catholic, they've won 9 of their last 10. It's a head-on collision here in Elida. We'll be back for the opening tip after these. Our pregame and keys to the game have been brought to you by Springfield Fireworks. Springfield Fireworks in Bluffton is your one-stop shop for the largest selection of fireworks and novelty items. Open 7 days a week, 9 to 7. Our starters are being introduced now and again. To review those starting lineups for Bluffton, they start 3 seniors and 2 juniors: Donaldson, Ginther, Wright, Boblet, and Summers. And Lima Central Catholic starts 1 senior, 2 juniors, 1 sophomore, and 1 freshman in the likes of Pretty, Williams, Parker, Quatman, and Peaster. A storyline already before we even have the opening tip tonight, Evan. For LCC, Azad Burton, unable to go, injured his ankle in the Lima senior game late in the season, has not participated in tournament action as of yet.
Yeah, and outside of Jordan Pretty, Burton's the only other T-Bird that scores in double figures, averages 10.5 points per game. So next closest to him is Brady Parker at 7.2. Pardon me, it's Jeff Williams at 9.2. But either way, a couple guys that are going to have to step up in this one. Burton does a lot of really good things. He's strong. He can shoot from outside. He can get inside. Plays really tough defense as well. So a big loss for LCC, and we'll see how they manage without him.
Yeah, Lima Central Catholic got here with an overtime victory over the Ada Bulldogs. Jordan Pretty had 18 points in that game. Jeff Williams 14. Pretty was he was box and one that whole game. It'll be interesting if the chess master, as I affectionately reference head coach Todd Boblet of Bluffton, what he'll do with that. Will he show the box and one? And if he does, what did Coach Powell learn and the T-Birds learn on how to attack that box? Maybe you go diamond, because Jeff Williams had a lot of success against that box, able to penetrate. We're off and running. LCC with the basketball. Jeff Williams out top. And right now, it looks like Bluffton's man-to-man. We see some movement, and everybody is moving with everybody. And there's a shot up top off an elevator screen. Jordan Pretty undercooks it. It's going to be Bluffton basketball.
Yeah, it's a tough look right there. A good job coming off that screen, catching the ball, just not able to get his feet under him and those legs engaged in that shot. But not what Coach Boblet wants to see early on, giving up an open shot to the best player.
Blake Summers with the basketball. Goes to Donaldson. He gets to the paint. I think it was a little surprise how open he was. He overcooked it at the basket. Kane Wright fights for the board, but LCC comes away with it as Brady Parker gets the board. Williams, slash and dash at the elbow. Williams hits the bucket. LCC gets the first points of the game.
And that's a freshman, Jeff Williams, right there. He's one of the quickest freshmen I've seen. He's got a great jumper off the dribble. He can get inside. Don't let his size fool you. That guy has some dog in him. That's no question.
Dean Ginther on the left, on the right side with the basketball. Goes to Kane Wright. Blake Summers, he's a stretch 4, stretch 5, however you want to call it. He can hit the 3, he can post you up. The lefty looks for a shot there, doesn't get it. Sticky defense by the T-Birds. Donaldson resets the table.
Don't be surprised to see Ginther try to post up against Williams. Ginther actually not huge, but he has some good post moves as you see the jumper from Summers.
Doesn't go. Here come the T-Birds. Pretty with the basketball. Pretty a first-team selection for the NWC this year. Jeff Williams gets to that elbow again, guarded by Donaldson. Gets the call from Coach Powell.
The Pirates, I'm sure they're happy to see a little bit of a half-court game here early on. LCC taking their time.
Williams takes another shot outside. That one doesn't go. Undercooks it. It'll be Bluffton basketball. Our officials for this Division 6 District Semi, Aaron Braun, Mark Freilich, and Mitch Owen, another outstanding crew and young officials. This should be an aspiration for you to get to this level, and people are thinking about officiating. This is something that you want to attain as a goal, and it's good to be here. We've got a great crew.
No doubt about it. I'm sure there'll be a physical game out there. Good pass.
Good recovery by Brady Parker as he gets the block. And we got a foul at half court as Williams goes down. Looked like he might be injured, but he gets up right away.
Yeah, we'll take a look at it here. Tries to dribble between two, ends up getting tripped up by Kane Wright. That's Wright's first.
Our replays brought to you by Ultimate Outdoor. Bring resort-style living to your backyard every day with a luxury outdoor space by Ultimate Outdoor. Williams goes to his right, kicks it back to Brady Parker, and he drills the three, does Brady Parker. He's got 24 makes on the season, make it 25.
Yeah, just slightly under 30% for the year, but right there, made no doubt about it. Looked nice and pure.
Being Ginther, he's a spark plug, a glue guy, a tough nut, whatever you want to call it for Bluffton, looking to get to the basket, challenges Parker, and he scores.
Yeah, I really think he's going to want to take it at Williams for a lot of this game. Ginther, nice and strong. Again, not the biggest player out there, but he's got a lot of strength, good footwork. He can do good work around the basket and also can dribble by guys, as you saw right there.
Again, a half-court game, which, in my opinion, favors Bluffton a little bit more than LCC. Half-court game here in the early going. Pretty with the basketball in the left corner, guarded by Boblet. Stops, pops, another air ball.
I think Boblet got a piece of that one. That was good defense.
Williams with the shot, doesn't go. Pretty fights for the board. And we got bodies hitting the floor. And we have a foul. And it's going to be on Taryn Boblet. That's his first and a second team foul for Bluffton.
Now Quatman will check out. Really good job inside right there, Pretty. And Boblet going at it, and Boblet just falling back into Pretty. Definitely a foul, but an unfortunate one.
Jackson White in the game now for LCC. Williams, Parker, Pretty. Nice under out of bounds set, well defended by Bluffton. Good ball movement. Parker out top. Guarded by Kane Wright on the right side.
Now Taryn Boblet, who had the assignment of Pretty, he has to take a seat after that hard hit. See Williams go inside. It's going to be Carter Hohenbrink off the bench to guard Pretty. We'll see that on the other end.
Well-earned turnover because of good defense by Bluffton. Donaldson in the game now, Carter Hohenbrink, and he steps out of bounds.
Yeah, tough one right there. Just that toe went over the line. You're going to get a look at it here, and yeah, stepped right on it. Good call from Mitch Owen right there, right on that play.
Our scoreboard sponsor tonight, Webb Insurance Agency. Webb Insurance Agency serving Lima and Allen County for more than 100 years with offices in downtown Lima and Bluffton. We talked about Azad Burton not being on the floor for LCC. Bluffton, Landon Worcester, they lost him to injury on this floor against Elida late in the season. Hopefully he'll be able to get back for some baseball, but that's a big loss for Bluffton as well.
Yeah, it's a lot of strength and a good leader, just by example.
Steady Eddie out there.
Guy that keeps
Great
guys
leader.
Going.
Yep. Another turnover by the T-Birds. Bluffton down 3 with the basketball. Ginther looking to get to the rim. He's got the only bucket for Bluffton. Kicks it out. Summers stops, pops, overcooks it. Pretty. A man's rebound right there.
Yeah, right now the looks for Bluffton are coming from mid-range, and that's not the most efficient spot to take shots from, especially not if Pretty's pulling up in your face on the other end.
Jordan Pretty with his 43rd made 3 on the season, second in that category for the T-Birds. LCC 8-2. Jordan Pretty, you can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. And now they're going to run 2 at Ginther, and he finds the open man, and Boblet, Taryn Boblet, and he gives it up, and there's a push from behind, and it's going to count. Kane Wright gets the bucket and the foul.
Coach Powell thought it was on the floor, and maybe an argument there. Bang play, though, and a nice job by Kane Wright getting to the basket. Finishes through that contact, too. He got hit from behind, and then Peaster was in front of him. He got hit by Peaster when he put the shot up. The foul does end up going on Jackson White, his first.
Kane Wright, 76% free throw shooter, gets the three-point play the old-fashioned way. It's 8-5 T-Birds. Subs in the game. Brody Summers now in the game for Bluffton. He and Blake, twins. Brody, a very verbal player out there, gives everything he can. That knee injury slowed him down a little bit. Jordan Pretty with another bucket.
Yeah, it's a nice stop and pop right there from Pretty. Gets the defender to fly by him before he pulls up.
Pretty has 5 in the early going. Summers, Brody style. Gets it to Donaldson. Donaldson has scored 1,000 points this year. Not this year, but overall this year. Doesn't get that one to go. Taryn Boblet with the 3 look, and he drills it.
Big 3 right there from Boblet after a broken play. Guys on the ground all over the place. Boblet, a great shooter from outside, able to knock that one down. He shoots 37% for the year.
And that's his 38th on the season. Quatman with the 3 look, doesn't go. Both teams doing a good job in this first quarter of scoping out the opponent and looking for advantages. Donaldson stops and pots from the free throw line, doesn't get it. T-Birds coming the other way.
Referee Mitch Owen right on top of that one, able to see it. LCC fans not happy, but they're a little bit further away than two inches that Mitch Owen was. So gets the call there, and Bluffton gets the ball back.
Coach Powell doing a lot of talking with Xavier Purnell right there. He had the turnover, passing it back across the timeline. Just say, hey, give it to the point guard right away. Don't dribble the ball up the basketball floor. Very calm, very collected, Coach Powell. Doing some teaching. Bluffton with the basketball.
Teaching the kids how to wear shoes, too. My goodness, the Kobe reverse Grinches
like
over there for the whole staff.
You like those.
I like them. I just can't afford them.
Boblet, Ginther, inside the Brody Summers, knocked away by Jordan Pretty. Williams gives it back to Pretty. Boblet looks to take a charge. Does he get it? No. It's a block.
He might have gotten it, but his weight started to go backward too early. You see this right here. He gets set, but then he already is going down as the contact occurs. So a referee sees that and says it's going to be a block every time because you're not technically set.
Great ultimate outdoor instant replay right there. Sees everything that you described. Evan Skilleter with the color on Dave Bowen. Jordan Pretty makes good on the first one. That's Boblet's second foul here in the first quarter, and that's going to cause Coach Boblet to take him off the floor.
So Carter Hohenbrink, the senior, comes back on off the bench to likely guard the assignment of Pretty.
Pretty hits both of them, 76% from the free throw line. Jordan Pretty either first or second in all of the offensive categories for this T-Bird squad. 12-8 with a minute to go in the opening stanza. Williams anticipates the pass, picks it off, looking to go coast to coast. Ginther tried to take a charge, doesn't get it. Shot goes up. Brady Parker cleans it up, 14-8.
And Williams is a little bit hurt. You can see him on your screen right there. Comes from behind, trying to knock that shot away. Not sure how it wasn't a call, but either way, Williams not doing well right now, and that'll be a big loss as he's a guy that really moves the ball around the floor for LCC. Tough defender as well.
And Bean Ginther hits the field goal down at this end as we are under the basket on LCC's bench side of the floor, and he went down hard. Bean Ginther, he, like we said, spark plug, gritty kid, leads Bluffton in charges on the season with 7. He tried to take one a little bit ago. Yeah. Gritty, not pretty.
Tough player, yeah. No doubt.
All the way around, both squads. Baseline penetration. Brady Parker with the 3 ball. Drills another one. Brady Parker, that's his second 3. Our 3-point sponsor tonight is Northwest Ohio Recycling. Northwest Ohio Recycling in Pandora, paying top dollar for aluminum, copper, brass, scrap iron, and scrap cars. Call 419-384-3392. Ginther with the ball here at the end of the first quarter. Merrick Donaldson, open 3 look. He drills it. The answer at the other end. And with 1 in the books, it's the T-Birds 17, the Pirates 13. You're watching district semifinal action on WOSN. Our quarter sponsor for tonight's contest is Springfield Fireworks. Springfield Fireworks in Bluffton is your one-stop shop for the largest selection of fireworks and novelty items. Open 7 days a week, 9 to 7. 17-13 T-Birds, but another developing storyline. Jeff Williams not on the floor.
I think he might have just, as you were reading that, come out of the locker room. He's in the huddle, I believe. We're going to check it. There he is. He is in the huddle. He is coming out of the huddle. So Jeff Williams back in there, but he did spend a lot of time during that timeout back in the locker room. So hopefully okay. It's better to see him out there than not.
Absolutely.
Unless you're a Bluffton fan for sure.
Well,
but if
even
you like
then,
good basketball,
yes.
you want Jeff Williams out there. And
you want to beat everybody at their best, regardless of sight, scene, or whatever the case may be. And we got a foul early, so Bluffton has that opportunity. They hit the three at the end of the first quarter. They've got the first possession of the second quarter. We'll see what they can do with it. Again, bodies hitting the floor. That was a good no call right there.
Was it? I missed it.
Ginther got tripped a little bit by Williams. It was incidental, but it goes down on the floor and takes care of the basketball. Brody Summers gets to the rack. No, that's not Brody. I'm sorry. Carter Hohenbrink doesn't connect. Parker feeling it. Brady Parker didn't shoot real well against Ada. He's making up for that tonight. That's his third Northwest Ohio Recycling three, and we're just at the opening moments of the second quarter.
Yeah, 11 points for him, 3 for 3 from outside. We said it earlier, just under 30% from three is the answer. Is good from Ginther in the corner.
Woo! Every time a three is made at one end, the other team comes back. It's punch, counter punch. Jordan Pretty scores inside.
Tough pass from Jeff Williams right there as well to lead Pretty to the basket as he weaves between three guys.
Blake Summers has not scored in this contest. The leading scorer for Bluffton at 14.7. Coach Boblet would like to see him get untracked here.
Peaster's doing a nice job on him tonight. I say that, then he gets called for the foul. Just his first, second against LCC of the quarter.
And I think, Blake Summers, he does have the ability to get on the block and post up. If I'm Coach Boblet, maybe I think about getting him down there to try and find a bucket where he can look to use his strength. He's had some jumpers, and he got that finesse jumper shot. Well, when your adrenaline's flowing, that's not an easy shot to make.
No question at all. Like you said, we really haven't seen him around the basket yet tonight, running off some screens on the perimeter, getting some looks from the outside.
There he has it up top. Kane Wright now on the left side. He goes baseline. Parker challenges, but Kane Wright better offense.
Tough bucket right there. Wright gets way up in the air. Now Wright tasked with getting Pretty. He picks him up in transition. We said we might see that.
Nice move inside by Peaster. Doesn't go. Summers clears it out. Blake style. Back to Ginther. Brody Summers out to Donaldson. Overcooks it. That's going to go out of bounds. Bluffton staying with straight man-to-man here up to this point in the basketball game, Evan. I talked to Coach Boblet. He said, I think I want to...
I got to interrupt you. We got a sighting.
Oh, yeah.
It's Miles
Holiday.
Miles Holiday on your screen.
Yes.
How about that?
Magic Miles.
Oh, even giving us a wave. How about that?
Thanks, Miles. Jeff Williams gets to the hoop and scores. And
Sorry to cut you off, my friend,
okay.
but my goodness, that's
we had to
big
go
time.
there. There he is again. Miles wanting FaceTime, getting more than us. Merrick Donaldson picks up his dribble, gets it to Kane Wright, gets into the paint. Brody Summers looking to attack against Brady Parker, finds Ginther. Nice pass, nice finish.
That's a tough one there. Coach Boblet takes a quick timeout to slow his guys down, talk things over. He gets back to within 9 points for Bean Ginther right now.
And we'll take a Metzger Financial Services timeout as well. Tonight's timeouts are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. Coach Boblet takes that timeout, Evan, and before we had the sighting of the T-Bird, a.k.a. Miles Holiday, we were talking about would Coach Boblet go to his zone defense. Well, he takes that timeout, and I thought he might, but he's not going zone necessarily, but he is going straight face guard on Jordan Pretty.
Yeah, no zone yet. I wouldn't be surprised if he said after the first or second possession to switch to it, but you're right. It's a little bit of an adjustment. Face guarding Pretty, perhaps. A big bucket, though. by the young man, Dom McKee.
Dom McKee, slow and steady, and he finishes inside with strength. You have a deflection that's going to stay with Bluffton. But, yeah, nice, tough move. Those are bonus points from Dom McKee right there, the 6'5 sophomore.
Yeah, it's big time. He's a tough one to guard, too. Nice strength. Right now guarding Summers underneath.
Tough place to enter it in the corner. Ginther finds Brody Summers. He's going to go at the basket against Dom McKee. McKee with the block, and he saves it.
That's
Williams.
Big minutes off the bench right now for McKee. Huge possession.
Brady Parker, he's 3 for 3. Make it 3 for 4. Doesn't get that Northwest Ohio recycling 3.
I bet he thought that was going into from that angle. Tough trap. Can they get out of it?
They do. Right with the basketball. Kane gets it back to Ginther. Scissors off of Brody Summers. Brody looks for his brother Blake. He finds him. There's that easy bucket. Blake Summers finds one here in the second quarter to get on the scoreboard.
Yeah, that's got to feel good, too. Get your team back to within 4. Get your first bucket of the evening.
Brady Parker, second miss in a row. He's been hot.
Feeling like Smush Parker out there, taking all those buckets, but not able to hit the last 2. Now Bluffton a chance to cut into it and make it a 1-score lead.
Ginther with the basketball. Bluffton has played a lot of great basketball this season, better than their overall record. There's another turnover, though. Jackson White with the steal, gets it to Williams. Williams looks deep from 3. Donaldson on him. Good defense.
Yeah, just stayed with him right there. Didn't leave his feet. Williams tried a couple head fakes. Good hesitation as well, but Merrick Donaldson just stayed in front, stayed on his feet. Forced Williams to kick the ball out.
Pretty. Gets into the paint, kicks it out. Brady Parker again. He attacks the basket. That one doesn't go. Blake Summers with the board.
Yeah, Summers, nice job staying vertical right there. If he comes down, tries to block that shot at all, hits the arm of Parker, they go to the line, but kept that rule of verticality.
Donaldson with the open 3, and he drills it. Merrick Donaldson with the Northwest Ohio Recycling 3, located in Pandora. They pay top dollar for aluminum, copper, brass, scrap iron, and scrap cars.
That's his second 3. His last one was right before the first quarter ended. Now
Pretty going to his left, and he stops and pops from the elbow. Jordan Pretty. And Coach Powell's going to take a Metzger Financial Services timeout. Both coaches strategizing here in the first half. We'll take the break with them. 28-25 T-Birds. Bring resort-style living to your backyard every day with a luxury outdoor space by Ultimate Outdoor. We thank Ultimate Outdoor for being our instant replay sponsor tonight. Coach Powell takes that timeout up 3. It's going to be Bluffton basketball. And going to stay with the man-to-man defense. Just a chance to settle his troops down, make sure everybody's on the same page.
They call an offensive foul against Ginther.
You see it on the instant replay, Ultimate Outdoor instant replay.
Tough one there.
Nickel and dynamite. Jeff Williams with the basketball up top. Bluffton staying in man-to-man. Williams penetrates, goes opposite. Jordan Pretty with the basketball. And there's an illegal screen. That illegal screen is called on Xavier Purnell.
You get a look at it here on the Ultimate Outdoor scoreboard. And Purnell, you can see that right side of his body, that right hip just kind of sliding over into the defender. They'll call that every time.
So 2 fouls out front on consecutive possessions. Gives the ball back to Bluffton. 2 minutes left in the second quarter. Ginther. Right. Ginther. And there's a steal. Jeff Williams has been all over the place. He's been a water bug out there defensively.
Yeah, quick hands. I talked about those and how well he reads the game and just understands where he needs to be and what other guys are trying to do, and he does it first.
Drew Peaster attacking Blake Summers, doesn't get it, and it's going to go out of bounds, and it'll be Bluffton basketball. You know, coaches talk a lot about at the beginning of the year or their philosophy, we're going to run, we're going to run, we're going to run. You get to this level in tournament, what's it turn into? Half-court basketball.
Half-court basketball. It's defense, right? We always talk about that. Defense wins championships, and the longer you go, obviously normally the better the defenses are, but the better the game planning is, the more they know how to slow you down in transition and really get the game slowed down. You have to really play good basketball when you get deep into these games.
No place for the weak of heart in there. Kane Wright doesn't get it to go. Blake Summers with the rebound, deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with Bluffton.
He needs to go right back up with that ball. He waited a little bit too long and allowed the defense to come in and slap it away. He catches that and just goes right back up. It's 2 easy buckets, or 2 easy points, excuse me.
Backdoor cut. No foul there as Williams again defensively in the middle of it blocks Ginther's shot.
Hey, it looked clean to me too.
Yep.
That was a really good play by Williams. Again, he just understands what's going to happen.
Williams with the three from the corner doesn't go. Jordan Pretty with the offensive board. That one's short. It's not a Picasso out there.
It's not.
But
it's
as far as determination and effort, it's a Rembrandt. Taryn Boblet kicks it out. Ends up in Ginther's hands again. He sets the table. Wants a screen from Blake Summers. Gets it. Williams fights through it. Ginther gets to the glass, and he scores it. Ginther with points 10 and 11. He's got 11 on the night.
It's a tough lefty finish, too, right there. Gets in the air, frees himself up, and has to roll it in with the left. That's good touch.
1 point game with 7 seconds. Pretty, he's not going to give this one up. But he does. Parker down to Williams in the corner, and he drills it. Jeff Williams, rack him up, 3-ball, corner pocket. And that is a Northwest Ohio Recycling 3, and that's going to take us to halftime. LCC 31, Bluffton 27. Our quarter sponsor is Springfield Fireworks. Springfield Fireworks in Bluffton is your one-stop shop for the largest selection of fireworks and novelty items. Open 7 days a week, 9 to 7. Pretty with the step back. Doesn't go. There's Summers with a rebound. Gets his hands on the ball at the defensive end. Let's see if it transitions down to the offensive end. He's got it. Open three. Overcooks it. And Williams clears it out, but it's stolen by Bean Ginther. He's having a heck of a game. Goes up through Williams, draws the contact. And I'll be honest with you right here. Williams is fortunate not to get hurt. He's in the air, and he comes down right into the shoulder. You see his chin snap back.
Yeah, he got hit pretty hard. I'm surprised the refs didn't stop and at least talk with him and make sure he's doing okay.
So
that was
yeah,
violent contact to the head.
Great ultimate outdoor instant replay, and Bean Ginther is going to go to our free throw line where Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken is our sponsor. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, located in Wapak, Delphos, and St. Mary's, locally owned and operated. Not just famous for chicken, famous for catering as well. And Ginther gets 1 out of 2.
Bluffton just 2 free throws in the first half. Just 1 in the first half, They were 1 for 1. Nice pass there.
To Quatman from Williams. Peaster kicks it out. Williams resets the table. Goes to his right. Brady Parker.
Pirates switch it up top.
Yeah.
So now it's right on Williams.
Good help from Summers. But Williams able to spin on the pivot foot and get the bucket. Give him points 8 and 9 on the night.
You switch a big onto him and bad things can happen. My goodness, that's a good move from Williams. A good finish as well.
Donaldson with the basketball out front. Looking for a screen from Boblet. Summers at the elbow.
Yeah, the Pirates weaving up top, trying to get looks at the basket. That'll help from Wright. That's a big boy bucket.
Sure is.
Dane Wright, my goodness, 7 points for him.
Goes through the contact, and there's a turnover. Quatman can't reel it in. 33-30. Bluffton with the basketball. First 4 minutes of that third quarter, so imperative to set the kind of tone you want to propel you through the rest of the game. Right now, it's even Steven, both teams.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, right now, unforced errors kind of on both sides. Both teams have to be careful. We talked about it. Close game like this, it's going to come down to those little things. Who has fewer turnovers? Who has more offensive rebounds?
Donaldson with the basketball over to Boblet. Nice shot there by Ginther, doesn't go. He was wide open, had to take it. Williams in transition. And Ginther's going to pick up the personal. It's on the floor, so it'll be out of bounds. That's being Ginther's second personal.
Saw Ginther take that three. He shoots, looking for it here, 36% from outside. Hasn't shot a ton of them and made a ton of them, but still a relatively efficient clip.
Williams again gets to the rim, doesn't go. Boblet with the rebound. Donaldson down the left side in front of his head coach. Boblet looking to attack, kicks it out. Ginther again with the basketball, stolen by Jackson White, and he scores it. Wasn't the prettiest thing right there. No reference to Jordan Pretty right there, but it counts for two.
Yeah, lost it on his way up, able to grab it, still put it into the basket. Really nice job there.
T-Birds back up 5. Bluffton offense, Boblet with the 3 ball. Just doesn't seem quite in sync here in the third quarter. Got to credit the LCCD, but there's a turnover. Donaldson with the basketball.
End-to-end action, and these mistakes haven't really costed Bluffton.
There's a good spin move by Kane Wright, and it rolls off as he draws contact. Brady Parker's going to pick up the personal, and I just have that as Parker's first of the game.
That's what I have as well. Second against LCC here in the quarter.
Kane Wright going to go to the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line. Third on the team in free throw shooting percentage at 76. Hits the bottom of the net on that one. Cuts the lead to 4.
The first game we had today, we kind of saw a second half where one team, Crestview, had the lead and Columbus Grove was kind of climbing back in. Then Crestview would get a couple, then Grove would climb back in. Well, kind of setting up for the making.
Exactly. It's almost like we're repeating the same chapter. I want to move on in that novel.
I'm sure the Pirates would love that as well, but right now it's the T-Birds. Chance to make it a 2-score game.
Up 3, Williams with the basketball. Very impressed by this freshman out here. You can tell he loves playing the game, and he's just going to continue to get better. Jordan Pretty. Wow, the junior drills that too for his first bucket of the second half. Give him 13 on the night.
That's just a good jumper, right? Everything, his lower half a little bit wild, his feet a little bit out, but that that elbow stays square to the basket. The upper half very quiet. It's just a really nice jumper.
Sure is, and from our vantage point, I picked up his eye contact with the rim. Summers bulldozes his way to the basket, and he scores. And with the bucket, Coach Boblet's going to take a full timeout. We'll take a Metzger Financial timeout as well. District semifinal action, 3-point game in favor of the T-Birds. Tonight's timeouts are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. I'm Dave Bowen. Aside Evan Skilleter. Bluffton scores. Coach Boblet calls the timeout. We're going to see a different defense here.
Maybe. We might also just see a trap or maybe a personnel switch.
It's hard to go zone, even though because LCC's hit some Northwest Ohio recycling threes.
Yeah, they tried to trap Williams up top. He dribbled through all of it and gets the assist. That is a senior play from a freshman guard.
Jackson White with the bucket. Ginther attacking. Tries to get it to right, and it's kicked. So Brady Parker gets a foot on it. It's basketball. It's meant to be played with the hands. It's not football, which is also meant to be played with the hands. But you do kick it.
Just call it the wrong thing.
You do kick it. Attack to the rack by Kane Wright. Doesn't go.
Good defense right there from Parker, able to keep his chest in right shoulder. Stayed vertical, kept his hands up, didn't foul in the arms. Really textbook.
Jordan Pretty. Here he goes, one-on-one on Boblet. Stops, pops from 3. Jordan Pretty, a Northwest Ohio recycling three-pointer. And the T-Birds are up 8.
I know it's the third quarter, plenty of time left, but it feels like Bluffton really needs a bucket on this possession. We're starting to see Pretty heat up a little bit, and that is not going to help.
Jordan Pretty scores on offense, takes the player control foul on defense.
Really nice job here. Just steps up, keeps those feet square, takes the contact into the chest, and goes down. It's the second against Kane Wright. Sorry about that.
Nope, that's fine. Our instant replays are brought to you by Ultimate Outdoor, bringing resort-style living to your backyard every day. Brady Parker gets it out to Williams. Williams with the fake, and then he's able to get to the rim. Whoa! Jeff Williams! He wasn't even looking at the basket, but he knew where he was, Evan.
That knife, a hot knife through butter right there. That was just incredible from Williams. So quick, dribbles right through the defense. And then a nice finish at the other end, too, to kind of scoop it up and roll it off the backboard. I love that play as we get a look at the other end.
Good hustle right there by Kane Wright, and he draws the personal. He's going to go to the Lee's famous recipe chicken free throw line to shoot 2, and these are big ones. Again, down double digits for the first time tonight. Bluffton needs to cut into this lead with the clock stopped.
76% free throw shooter.
Yeah, it's a pick your poison kind of situation defensively for Bluffton right now. Man to man, and you allow Williams to penetrate. You go zone, and you're going to give up some open looks. And right now, LCC's hitting the outside shot as well. Williams gets it to Parker. Parker attacks the rim, looks to go to Drew Peaster. They don't connect. Bluffton's going to get the basketball.
LCC fans wanted a tip. Bluffton fans say absolutely not. Referees say no tip.
Taryn Boblet will trigger it in. Merrick Donaldson. Donaldson with 6 points on the night. He can get hot in a hurry. Guarded right now by Jackson White. Summers sets a screen up there.
That screen.
Flare screen for Summers. Steps back for the three. Drills it. Big time three-pointer for Blake Summers. Much needed, as you said, for Bluffton. Now they're only down 5.
Big. The nice step back, too. Good form. Nice, smooth lefty shot.
Down on the baseline. Out to Peaster. Williams with the open 3, and he drills it. Jeff Williams, it's not a coming out party, but this is his playground, and we're just all privileged to be here to watch it right now, Evan.
14 points for Jeff Williams. He's the happiest guy on the court. Love watching him play basketball. Just such good spirit. Plays so hard.
Donaldson goes into Wright. Wright looking to attack off his right shoulder, left hand, and he scores it. Kane Wright with a big bucket. Williams again. What's he going to do with it now? Gives it up to Peaster, kicks it out to White, and he drills the 3. It's raining three-pointers, and our three-point sponsors, Northwest Ohio Recycling in Pandora, paying top dollar for aluminum, copper, brass, scrap iron, and scrap cars. Call 419-384-3392. And we find ourselves in the middle of a Metzger Financial Services timeout. That timeout taken by LCC. Adjustments here defensively, or again, just let's circle the wagons, make sure we're all on the same page.
I'm not sure. I'd be happy if I'm a Bluffton player taking that or getting that timeout, getting a chance to kind of get over to my bench and talk with my coach. Right now, if I'm Bluffton, it's pretty obvious what I need to do, and it's stop Jeff Williams from getting inside. Right there, Jeff Williams able to dribble right into the paint, able to kick it out, and a nice 3 from White. But it all starts with that dribble penetration, and if you don't stop that, it's going to be a really long quarter in the minute and 21 seconds.
And it's been a fun quarter as far as points going on the board. Our halftime score was 31-27. The offense has heated up here in the third quarter.
And again, a bucket from Bluffton here, they're okay, but that momentum is really starting to shift, and it's getting into some dire times here for the Pirates.
Summers with the basketball. Boblet on the left wing. Ginther. Give and go from right, picked off by Brady Parker.
Yeah, good read there from Parker. Gets the hand out, sees the cutter, knows that pass is coming.
Jordan Pretty gets it, defers to the freshman. That one doesn't go. Who's going to get the board? Brady Parker comes up with it. The 50-50 ball goes LCC's way. Parker picks up his first field goal of the second half after having 11 at halftime, 13 in the game now.
That's those little things, the offensive rebound, the second chance points, giving the other team some extra possessions.
Boblet with a wide open look, doesn't go. It's a slobber knocker down there for the rebound. Who comes away with it? Littlest guy on the floor being Ginther, and he gets fouled.
And you see Ginther right here. Yeah, just not great position underneath right there from Dom McKee. I think if he stays straight up and down, he probably gets away with that. But there you can see the arms come down. They're straight up, and then it comes down just a little bit. And a lot of times, referees will see that. We said it earlier. They'll be able to make that call.
Being Ginther makes good on the first one, 2 for 3 from the charity stripe on the night, all here in the third quarter. Second leading free throw shooter for the Pirates at 78%. He's at the Lee's Famous Recipe chicken free throw line for the second one, and that one caroms off. 22 seconds here for LCC, and it looks like Jeff Williams is going to put him in a situation where they go for the last shot of the quarter. Pretty. You know, throughout the season, when Jordan Pretty has the ball in his hands, the whole team relaxes. But tonight, they've been very confident in Williams as well. The kick, the shot, the three, Jackson White, nothing but cotton. And the T-Birds hit a Northwest Ohio Recycling three-pointer at the end of the quarter to go up 13, 55-42. LCC, you're watching tournament basketball on WOSN. Our quarter sponsor for tonight's game is Springfield Fireworks in Bluffton, your one-stop shop for the largest selection of fireworks and novelty items, open 7 days a week, 9 to 7, and your scoreboard sponsor, Webb Insurance Agency, serving Lima and Allen County for more than 100 years with offices in downtown Lima and Bluffton. A big three right there at the end of the third. No, it's not. I mean, Bluffton has a fourth quarter, but right now they are in the Kenny Loggins danger zone.
Yeah, no question. LCC 4 of 6 from 3 in that quarter. They were 5 of 11 in the first half, so a big quarter there. Bluffton was 5 of 6 from 3, or 4 of 5 from 3 in the first half, and just 1 of 5 in that quarter. Not able to convert well. Now here's Williams. Oh.
Unforced turnover by Bluffton, and Jeff Williams, He's been there all night long, and he gets the steal. Bluffton blocks it away, but it'll stay with the T-Birds. Williams laughing about it. I'd like to thank Brad Hughes, our stat man, for those end of the third quarter stats. Good ball.
Not able to get to that one
exactly.
and grab it, so it stays with LCC anyway. That's probably why Mike was laughing as much as he was. Still our ball.
Yeah. Good defensive transition by Bluffton, but down 13 with Williams. Yeah.
Look, if he's going to continue to penetrate like that and Bluffton's not going to be able to stop him, this game's over, right? They need to be able to stay in front of Williams, and even on that last three in the fourth or the third quarter, they still had to slide over and help on Pretty, and that pass came out for the open three in the corner. So they've got to stop letting LCC occupy those help defenders. Yeah. Otherwise, this game's toast.
Easier said than done, and you really can't go zone now because LCC will just back up and pull you out and make you play man. Up and under move by Carter Hohenbrink doesn't go. LCC looking to run away and hide here in the fourth quarter. Up 15.
And they have that luxury. They can take their time, get the best shot they can every possession, or just hold on to it.
Jordan Pretty has 5 points here in the second half, stops and pops. It's just like Pretty is saying, I know I'm the leader of this team, but right now I can defer, but if you want me to get the basketball and hit one, I will.
Well, it's just excellent offensive showing from LCC. 4 guys in double figures as Donaldson misses that one. Offensive rebound. Good putback from Kane Wright as Coach Boblet takes the timeout. He'll have 2 left.
We'll take the timeout as well. LCC still with the 15-point lead. Our instant replay sponsor tonight is Ultimate Outdoor. Bring resort-style living to your backyard every day with a luxury outdoor space by Ultimate Outdoor. Dave Bowen and Evan Skilleter here. Jeff Williams has put on a show, and as our producer was saying during the break, Guys, he was in 8th grade last year.
I can't imagine being an 8th grader trying to stay in front of Mike Williams. That's just unbelievable what he can do with the basketball, his shiftiness, his ability to score. I don't want to mention his size, right? Like, it doesn't matter. You watch him out there, it doesn't matter how big or how small he is. That guy plays with the heart of a lion, and he plays with the skills of one, too. My goodness.
Pretty stops and
pops.
pops.
My gosh. What are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? These guys cannot stop making baskets.
Putting on a clinic are the T-Birds at the offensive end. Right now, Jordan Pretty said, freshman, you're still a freshman, and the neat thing is we're both still going to be around next year, but right now, let's stay in the present. Williams with the basketball, looking to get to the rim, and he gives it up. Don McKee doesn't get it, but he stays with it, and he picks up his 3rd and 4th point of the night.
Yeah,
20-point lead.
You can just feel this one starting to slip away. Bluffton's starting to force things up a little bit. Got a foul underneath the basket, but, man, this is just an outstanding job putting Bluffton away by LCC.
And Bluffton is a very good defensive team. They only give up 45 points per game on average. Ginther again does a nice job of using the up fake and draws the foul from Brady Parker.
Yeah, and it's just athleticism and bucket making, right? I mean, it's just these guys doing a nice job getting into the paint, but also just hitting some tough shots. We've talked about Jordan Pretty's ability to stop and pop and to shoot off the dribble, and we've talked a ton about Mike Williams and the way he can get into the paint, the way he can move around. But this is a full team effort, right? Mike gets into the paint and he can drop it off to McKee off the bench, right? Drew Peasters played great defense. Brady Parker hit a couple threes early on, 3 threes in fact in the first half, 3 for 3 on his first 3 shots. And so just a bunch of guys doing some really good stuff for LCC. They've got 4 in double figures, and it's going to be a tough team to beat for Crestview on Friday.
Absolutely, and you add the fact that their second leading scorer, Azad Burton, isn't even in uniform tonight. He's not in the boot like he was last Friday when they played Ada in the sectional final. So I'm guessing there's a good chance he's going to be on the floor Friday night.
Yeah, that's a good shout, and it would be great to see him out there. That's a fantastic player as well. We've talked about how great some of these other young guys look for LCC, but Azad Burton, my goodness, fantastic player in his own right. If you haven't gotten to watch him, check out our YouTube of old LCC games that we've had this year and try to tune in on Friday as well. Assuming that LCC finishes it. We've seen some pretty big things happen in basketball.
Absolutely. Bluffton's going to continue to fight for everything they can here. They get the turnover there off of the 1-2-2 3/4 court press. There's a backdoor that's stolen by who other than Jeff Williams.
I keep calling him Mike Williams. I'm sorry about that, Jeff. Jeff, you're doing a great job out there.
And he's going to set the table. Didn't force anything, and then he says, I'm going to go to the glass. Doesn't score it. Donaldson with the rebound. Boblet with the 3. And that's good.
That's big. One at a time, right? Just try to get bucket after bucket, get some stops at the other end.
Taryn Boblet with the Northwest Ohio Recycling 3.
Now, Bluffton went to a 1-2-2 in the LCC game earlier in the season, late in the game when they were trying to come back, and they did create some issues for the T-Birds. So we'll see if that 1-2-2 extended can get some traps, and now a double dribble. So they do trap and get the turnover.
Everything was going so well for the T-Birds. I think during that last timeout, they lost focus a little bit, which is easy to do. Bluffton changes their defensive scheme, and right now they have forced LCC into back-to-back turnovers.
Big possession. Well, every possession is going to be big for the Pirates moving forward.
Cut into this 15-point deficit. Summers with the baseline jumper. It's a 2, and it's good. Maybe Bluffton can turn the tables as well as LCC played for a span of about 5 minutes. If they can do the same thing, and here they get their 3rd turnover in a row. Not so fast, my friends, say the boys in red. Donaldson gets to the elbow. Ginther picks it up. There's a reach by Jeff Williams. And that's just his first foul as we see it on the Ultimate Outdoor Replay. It's about the first thing that Jeff Williams has done that you might say not a good thing to do at this point in the game.
Yeah, it's a good shot. And the board has him for 2.
That's his second foul.
One.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll give him 2.
Pirates just need to put together a couple good possessions here. Shoot, a 3 puts you back within 10.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to have to wipe up the court. We talked a little bit about the NWC standings and how top-heavy, well, I say top-heavy. It was a pretty even conference from 1 through 5, right? Spencerville and Columbus Grove, the 2 champs. And by the way, Spencerville lost tonight to Coldwater. So an early exit for them. One of the teams kind of favored to come out of that district and perhaps even the region, but Coldwater good as well. Anyway, back to the NWC. Spencerville and Grove on top. LCC and Crestview both at 5 and 2. And then Bluffton at 3 and 4. They did drop all 4 games to those top 4 teams, but all of those games were close and competitive. It was not a season that Bluffton will have to be, I don't know, embarrassed of or ashamed of. It's a great season, but hey, you win this game and you're starting to feel really good. Look at that finish. Oh.
Pretty to Williams, doesn't go, goes out of bounds. I think it'll be Bluffton basketball.
Had a weird angle on that one. I thought it was in the basket.
Was this the season as far as goals were concerned, as far as the conference that Bluffton had in mind? No. Coach Bobla had high expectations, and he should have with this team. But this was a top-heavy NWC. Great teams, and again, you got to fight for everything. And 3 and 4 this year in league play, not a bad record at all.
No, not at all.
Unforced turnover right there for the Pirates. The other thing that's interesting with 7 divisions, Evan, 8 teams in this district, 6 of them NWC schools, and then Riverdale and Ada. I think this is going to become a tradition district for the NWC as Pretty gets to the rim and finishes.
Again, you see the strength right through the tallest guy on Bluffton's team to finish at the rim.
Ginther looks to kick it out, but Parker gets a hand on it. I think we're going to be watching 3, 4 NWC teams every year in this district as long as the bracket stays as it is.
Yeah, absolutely. I think about other sports where we see some of that, like in soccer, oftentimes we see a district that is basically all WBL teams, and they play at Elida, believe it or not. Now I keep saying Mikey Williams because Mikey Williams is an NBA player, fantastic player. Jeff Williams reminds me of him. Jeff, a little bit hurt here, it looks like.
We said blood, sweat, and tears would be a combination of these district games, and it has held true, as I think Jeff Williams may have a little cut there as well. So we're seeing it all as LCC looks to play keep away a little bit, but Grady Parker puts up the 3, doesn't score it. Bluffton with the basketball. Merrick Donaldson.
Really need to get going now. 2.5 minutes. Gonna have to hit some big shots.
There goes Wright to the window, doesn't score it. They get the board, and it stays with Bluffton after Donaldson gets the rebound. Williams right back in.
It's twice that he's had to leave with an injury and come right back in. It's awesome to see him again. You've talked about it, right? Blood, sweat, and tears all over the floor. Gets banged up, but never quits. Never quits.
Boblet with the 3. Hit one from there just a minute ago. Overcooks that one. Williams gets it. Finds Pretty out front. That one rolls out for Jordan. Boblet with the basketball. 2 minutes to play.
I think Williams is up to 5 steals now. Really tough defensive night as he's called for the foul. His 3rd. Kane Wright was fouled. It's the 5th against LCC, so Wright should head to the free throw line.
Kane Wright just saying, I'm going to look to attack, and if anybody's in my way, sorry for you. And he does draw the personal on Jeff Williams.
Just 4 fouls against LCC, so no free throws here yet.
Ginther to trigger it in. And now we may have a wet spot on the floor again.
That's what happens when guys are getting on the floor, getting all over the place, right?
Absolutely. 66-51 T-Birds. A second half where both teams have been able to get their offense going a little bit more, but LCC, they just put on a display there for a while that was very impressive.
Saw there on the left side of your screen, Sean Foster from Lima Senior catching the action tonight.
Kane Wright works inside, draws the contact, makes the bucket. Right now with 17 points on the night. That foul's going to go against Brady Parker, his fourth, right at the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line, looking for a three-point play. The old-fashioned way, doesn't get it. Parker with the rebound.
Yeah, Kane Wright, a guy that has improved tremendously from the start of the season till the end. His scoring output has increased. His toughness has increased. He's played incredibly well offensively and defensively.
And Williams finds his safety valve, Jordan Pretty, and he makes the bucket. Keeps the lead at 15. Boblet with another three ball from outside. Doesn't go. Peaster with the rebound. He stepped out of bounds, and we'll go back to Bluffton.
Now Hohenbrink and Summers, it's Brody Summers, will check in here. And we'll see Kane Wright take a seat. A couple of fans on their feet clapping for him.
Seniors for this Bluffton squad: Donaldson, Boblet, Worcester, Hohenbrink, and Summers. Transition, Williams gets another bucket.
Might as well, right? Williams now up to 18 points. Second leading scorer on the squad. Jordan Pretty with 25.
Coach Boblet's going to take a timeout. We'll take a Metzger Financial timeout as well. 70-53, LCC. They're going to advance and play Crestview on Friday night. Our scoreboard sponsor tonight is Webb Insurance Agency, serving Lima and Allen County for more than 100 years with offices in downtown Lima and Bluffton. Coach Todd Boblet, classy guy, takes the timeout to have his seniors come off the floor one final time together and get a nice round of applause from the crowd.
Yeah, and it's always tough, right? Tournament action, the last game for somebody playing, right? And tonight it's got to be Bluffton and those seniors after a tremendous career.
Bean Ginther with the basketball. Over on the left wing, Parker Lovell. Now Lane Ginther. Bean Ginther looking to attack, kicks it out. Lane kicks it to Bean. That's a three-pointer for Bean Ginther. 20 seconds remaining. The other way for LCC. Michael Klopman in the game now. Grady Malcolm with the basketball, kicks it over. And it looks like we're going to run it out as Brevin Stolley has the basketball. LCC with a big second half comes away with a 14-point victory over the Bluffton Pirates, 70-56. They'll be back here Saturday night to play Crestview at 7 p.m. We'll come back with some final thoughts right after this message. Welcome back to the Elida Fieldhouse, where tonight LCC has defeated Bluffton by a final score of 70-56 and will advance to the district final on Friday at 7 p.m. versus the Crestview Knights. Leading scorers for Bluffton, Bean Ginther led the way with 18 points. Kane Wright had 17. For LCC, Jordan Pretty, the leading scorer for the T-Birds at 25 points. Jeff Williams had 18 points. Evan Skilleter, some final thoughts as we look at the bracket for this one with the opportunity to go to regionals.
Yeah, I think this game was really close throughout, and then you saw that run in the third quarter and extending into the fourth where LCC just took off, right? Jordan Pretty and Jeff Williams both able to kind of get things going for the offense, got the ball moving. Defensively, they did a pretty nice job as well. Bluffton kind of hung in there a little bit, but you saw it, right? Three after three and paint touch after paint touch, and LCC's athleticism and quickness just eventually caught up, and they started to hit some big shots as well. So I don't think Bluffton needs to be super. I mean, you're going to be disappointed after losing, but I think they played well. I think they just ran into a team that caught fire at the right time if you're LCC, wrong time if you're the Pirates. And I think it's going to be a really good matchup on Friday between the Knights and the T-Birds.
Bluffton puts a lid on the season with an overall record of 16-8. The T-Birds, they improved to 16-7. And you're right, they'll be back here Friday night to take on the Crestview Knights. And we'll be back here as well, Evan. Very excited, and we know it's a privilege for us to call high school basketball on WOSN. We want to thank Ken Rika, our director, Peyton Gilliland, our camera person, and the athletic director here at Elida High School, Dave Evans, and for WOSN, Kelly Getz and Nick Fraley. For Evan Skilleter, I'm Dave Bowen, and until Friday night, may all of your jumpers hit nothing but the bottom of the net. So long, everybody.